Wow!
Hello, Destiny family. Thank you so much for your support. In this week's relationship video, we are going to hear from a young lady. So, this one is a bit different, but still it is a relationship, but not a sexual relationship video that I have today. So here goes. I am 22 years old and found out just recently that I am not really my dad's biological child. My mom finally left my dad a few months ago, although they were unhappy for years. My mom told me that my mom came up to me and said, I may as well tell you, you are not really your father's child. That's how she told me that I was not my dad's child. It took me a while to understand what she meant. But when I asked, she told me that I am the result of an affair. She said that she thought that I was old enough to know the truth. And apparently, the man who I thought was my dad already knew about it. Mom told me that for years, she and my dad always knew that they were unsuited. But when I was born, they decided to stay together so that I did not have to be raised in a single-parent household. My mom told me that she had an affair for 6 years before her lover decided not to leave his wife. The problem is that my mom she won't tell me the identity of my real father, as she said he has a family and wouldn't want to be contacted. I want to have a discussion, but I do not know how to speak to the man who I thought was my dad. Now everything is awkward. My boyfriend is trying to tell me to forget it. But I think I have the right to question where and to know where I come from. To start off by saying your concerns are warranted, and of course everybody has the right to know where they are from. I want to give, I don't know if everybody would agree with me, but I still want to give your parents credit for sticking together until you were old enough. From what you have said, you have not mentioned if you had noticed that they were not getting along or that they were not quite suited. I want to say as well, respect to the man who you thought was your biological dad for sticking around. I noticed that you have said that now everything is awkward because you do not know how to speak to the man who you thought was your dad. What I would like to say is that you are now 22, so for 22 years, this is the man who you have known all your life, the man who has been there for you. Therefore, I understand that it is awkward, but I would encourage you to at least have a conversation with him just to find out how he feels about the whole situation. I am almost certain that if you start start with a conversation, then gradually it will become easier for things to get back to the way they were before you actually found out that the man who you thought was your dad isn't your real dad. I should also say that not all, a person does not have to be your biological dad for him to be called dad, because this is the man that you have always known. You do have a right to know the identity of your true dad. But if your mom is not willing to divulge that information, then of course I know that that makes it harder for you to have an idea of exactly where to look or who to contact from here. What I would suggest is that you have a conversation with your mom, because there are certain things that are genetic. So for example, something could happen in the future, and having an idea of, for example, your dad's family history could help you in certain situations. So I believe that every child has a right to know exactly who their biological parents are. I noticed that you said that you have not mentioned, well, you have said that the man is married, and your mom said that he would not want to be contacted. Perhaps this is just a way for your mom to actually, keep the identity of your true dad hidden. Whilst it would be better if she actually tells you who the identity of your real dad is, you would agree that this is not something that you can force her to do. Your boyfriend is saying, and everybody else is trying to tell you to just forget it, to continue with life as you knew it. But I am almost certain from what you have said, you are not comfortable with just carrying on as usual. I would hope that you can get to the stage where you have that communication with the man who you thought was your dad, that open conversation, and as much as possible, I would hope that the relationship that you had before you found out that he wasn't your real dad, that it will be able to get back to, your relationship will be able to get back to that point. You are an only child, therefore you are the only child that the man who you thought was your dad knows. Therefore, that relationship, maintaining that relationship with him is highly recommended. But to get rid of the awkwardness that you are feeling, right? I think that you need to have that conversation. And as an adult, I think, I hope that he will be able to open up, because your mom said that they have withheld it until you were old enough to understand. So this is the time for you to have that conversation with your dad. I would say, let him know exactly how you feel. Reassure him that you will continue to be, for example, his little girl. Will continue to maintain that relationship as much as possible. I hope that everything will work out for you. And I hope that parents are listening, especially others who probably are going through the same situation that you are, because we know that some mothers don't give the right father. Some mothers do not give their child to the right father. Mothers, you have a responsibility, and it's not always about you. I would say you need to think, mother. I hope that you will think long and hard and know that this situation not just affects you. Yes, you're probably trying to protect somebody else, but now your daughter needs you. If it was not of concern to her, if she was not thinking about it, then of course she would not have brought it for the Destiny family to have a discussion around it. I really hope that this helped, and of course, keep in touch. Let me know how it ends, not just ends, but let me know how things are progressing. My Destiny family, thank you so much for this another week. All the best now. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. Weekend is finally here. Thank you as usual for watching my videos. Thank you for inviting people as well to be a part of the family. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for liking. the videos as well. Until I upload another video, my Destiny family, take care of yourselves. Bye.